historian for the department. Why do we have a history program? To honor those members who have made a difference in our organization at all levels. Members can look back and learn what efforts were successful and why. They can look at the missteps, which can assist in determining a future strategy. Pride in our organization can motivate the current membership to bring in new members, achieve more goals, and create a sense of strength and conviction. Maintain and preserve our records. What can we do? Include current events that impact the American Legion Auxiliary, and we had quite a few this year. Highlight historical, important, and interesting events in your unit. Use new technology to create and maintain digital images and records, and post your unit history on the Legion's Auxiliary Centennial Celebration webpage. What is expected? Collect information about famous auxiliary members, include full names, years of membership, details of what they did, and who they are and why they are famous. Remember, include where you found this information. Your history is in more places than in artifacts, in your meeting minutes, governing documents, newspaper articles, photos, etc. Set up a system as to how they will be kept. Feature a historical item or write an article about the important time in the unit's history in your department newsletter. And of course, we all know our newsletter is the mail call. Initiate a history project. Learn the history of your unit, department, and national organization. For documents and photos, digitize them. Make sure to make more than one copy, and the additional copies stored in different places, and then try to find them when you want them. An organization benefits itself and the public by preserving its records and making them available for use by everyone inside and outside the organization. I'm going to go and follow the plan of action so that if you have one with you, or if you don't, just put me on hold, go get it, come back, and follow me. Everybody freaks out about a narrative, and a narrative is nothing other than having a story to tell. Unit historians shall write a unit history to be entered into the department contest. Start compiling your information early and bulletins for additions or future information. We're going to go over that a little later on in reference to the awards. What is a narrative? A narrative is some kind of retelling in words of something that happened. It's a story. The narrative is not the story itself, but rather telling the story. Always use third person. Do not use I or we. Third or you. Third person. Why should I write a narrative? Narrative shape history, the series of events, the story of what happened. How do I write a narrative? When a unit or a member of a unit does something to support one of the auxiliary programs, the best practice is to write down what was done as soon after as possible. On the next page of this document, you will see a list of 21 questions. Once an event held, fill the answers to the 21 questions, then print the last page, the good place to start template. What's your story? As those of us responsible for collecting, preserving, and sharing the American Legion Auxiliaries history at the unit, department, or national level, we often pride ourselves in being storytellers. The ability to communicate our organization's story is a key component of garnering support. Whether you want to attract more members, create new partnerships, or secure larger donations, you have to build a case for support. This case starts with your unit's and department's story, where it came from, where it is now, and where it could go in the future. So start thinking now about how your organization fits into your community. Why does it matter? To whom does it matter? If you haven't stopped to answer these questions, give them some thought. Remember that the heart of every case for support is the story. What is your organization's story? Why does your place matter? Talk to your board, your members, your guests, and perhaps, most importantly, talk with those who have never been through your door. The first step is knowing why this place matters. The second step is telling others. Part of the history program is record and post to, quote, members remember, end quote. What better way to tell the history of a person is by recording it. And Miss Shirley Frazier is going to get recorded this year in reference to what she did. The history of the American Legion began in November 1919 and continues with you. The organization's history, like any other history, is more than just names and dates. It is about its membership and how it developed the American Legion Auxiliaries programs and projects to fulfill our mission of serving the veterans, service members, and their families who sacrifice much for our country. Next is how to celebrate Women's History Month. March is the month dedicated to the celebration of women's history. It corresponds with the International Women's Day on March 8th. What could be better for our women's organization and men's organization to do than to celebrate their own history? Our auxiliary members have accomplished a great deal all around the world. Now it's time to celebrate and what makes them so special. Veterans History Project. This is a great project for a junior member. Work with juniors to promote the Veterans History Project through social media, emails, and during meetings. Stress the importance of collecting the history and the ease of participating in the project through all communications. Juniors get a patch when they perform a Veterans History Project. Mid-year report needs to be submitted by December 1st and send it directly to me. Give me your unit's number and your unit history name. Now, the report is basically 3 significant events that happen in your unit. Please give me that information. At the end of, let's see. Okay, if you did not do a narrative at the end is June 1st. If you did not do a narrative, I want you to do this end of the year report and give me 3 of your events, because it will go into my narrative that will go to national. And that's what I wanted to talk about. You do not have to do a narrative if you are not going to enter a contest. The contest is narrative, and you need to send a cover page and tell me that you are entering that narrative for competition. If your unit is not participating in the awards, Send me this information so I have it, because everybody does something special at least once a year. There is an annual report, which is basically very simple. How many units, basically it's for your district, how many units went and submitted a narrative, etc. It's in your plan of action. We have guidelines for your history narrative when you enter the contest. The Senior History Award, you must use a fly page. What's a fly page? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I once thought it was a fly on the page. I didn't know what a fly page was. A fly page tells your unit name and number, your location, city and state, name of the historian and the president, the date, number of junior members. History must have a story, and then that's your fly page. Number 2, your history must have a story as events occurred, starting with or after the department convention. Photos are allowed limited to 5. It must be secured in a folder or a binder, and I must have it by May 1st. Juniors need to follow the same guideline, and the junior history, the best one will go to national for a junior history award. Okay, basically we went over the full plan of action. However, there is some more information if you go online underneath the historian and go and look and pick out what you want, because it has been separated, like information for the senior award, about celebration of women, Women's Month, and members remembered. Okay, right now I'm going to give you the report that I would normally give to you at fall conference. The Department of Florida consists of 214 units, and we received 20 senior unit histories for competition. All membership groupings had submissions. Now, it would be great if we could get at least 50% of the units reporting. So I'd like to see 100 this year. Report. If you don't have a narrative, give me the 3 items that you could tell me about. We need to continue to promote the importance of keeping a thorough and complete record of activities and accomplishments in our units and districts for the year, so that the department can reference their activities in the department's report, which goes to national. This was especially important for our 100-year anniversary. But boy, what a year for history. The pandemic hit not only the United States, but also the entire world. Anniversary celebrations were canceled, along with meetings, constitutional conferences, and conventions. It has been determined that the American Legion Auxiliary will continue with celebrations this coming year, 2020 to 2021 years. So you could submit something in reference to your 100-year anniversary. National advised that several programs will give awards for combined years of 2019 through 2020 to 2021. Breakout sessions for history and all other programs were held at the department convention. And here we are at our first virtual fall conference. The historian was available for any questions during the entire year. There were several unit histories sent into Southern Division for competition. However, this must be addressed for the following year because it needs to be sent to the department chairman. Also, the awards will be given for a 2-year history. So you take your last year's history and this year's history and you combine them. And you combine them in a binder and you send them to the department history, me, historian. My address is in the, what do you call it, Uniguide, and the address, I believe, is on the website. Please, it's going to be a long page. Please do not send it for me to print it out, because if I had to print out 20 senior units, I'd have to get a paper and new ink. Plans for upcoming year will be continue to work on histories together with the units through Facebook and now Zoom. The time has come for History Awards, the most awaited time of my seminar. First of all, I would like to recognize two young ladies that did their best. I hope you will try next year to be able to receive an award in your grouping. An honorable mention certificate will be sent to the following in recognition for their work. The honorable mention certificate for Group 1 is going to Barbara Stubbs, Unit 220, Fort Lauderdale. Group 2, Nancy Tosca, Unit 88 in Jacksonville. Now, for the best history, in Group 3 goes to Karen Moore, Unit 72, Mulberry, District 7. Congratulations, Karen. Group 4 goes to Cindy Anderson, Unit 250, Middleburg, District 5. Thank you, Cindy. Group 5, Patricia Grayshaw, Unit 323, Lehigh Acres, District 13. Thank you, Patricia. Great job. Group 6, Emily Lees, Unit 275, Dunedin, District 16. Oh my God, I could hear them screaming in 275. Thank you, Emily. Great job. Congratulations. Now comes for the best all-around history in the department. This gal, she did a terrific job, and I'm really, really so proud of her. It goes to Patricia Grayshaw, Unit 323, Lehigh Acres, District 13. Thank you, Patricia. Now, in order to get you guys, gals, to send me a history, we decided to go and do a raffle for everybody who went and sent me a history. So I have all the members that sent me a history, which were 21, in this envelope. And if you don't remember, if you could see this, this is what you will be receiving. I am so thrilled that Kathy Helmley made this, and you will receive the necklace and the earrings. So I am going to draw the name now, or should I have somebody else draw the name? Is there anybody in the audience that could come over here and pull out a name? Nobody? Here I go. I'm not looking. Well, I don't want to pull out two. I only need one. And the winner of the history raffle goes to Doris Clark, Unit 173 in Holiday. Thank you. If anyone should have any questions about history, or what to do, when to do it, when to send it, you could call me up. My home phone number is 386-427-1168. I have a funny phone, though. You have to leave your name in order for me to answer it, because AT&T's phone now has a spam thing, and they go and make you say your name, and then I pick up the phone. Well, because of that, I get no telephone calls. But anyhow, I have a cell phone too. You could call up on 386-689-4669. 4017, or you could email me. Thank you so very, very much for your attention, and see you soon.